Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cassandra Jolliffe Show. This is Cassandra Jolliffe, Conversations with Cassandra, segment episode 97. OMG, my goodness, we are almost there to the 100th episode. Well, guys, let me just share with you, I am glad to be back in the land of the living, which means I'm in the Illinois side this time. And so I'm home. Hello to you out there. If you're watching, do say hi. Do say hello. Giovanna Harris says hello. Let me bring her on the screen. Hello, Giovanna. Great. Thank you for watching the Cassandra Jolliffe Show. We are just having conversations. There's a segment that I do every once in a while called Conversations with Cassandra. There is no topic, but there's a topic. So today's topic really is just in terms of conversation is just admonishing people to get ready to, if you haven't voted, this is just my PSA, make sure you scurry your biscuits out there and get your vote in before or certainly by November 3rd. This election is just super, super duper important for all of us. And so I want to admonish everybody to make sure you vote. All right. Okay. Now that we're finished with that, let's talk about, let me see. There's a few things that I want to talk about that I could talk about. I could talk about what it means to launch in the open. For those of you who are entrepreneurs and you're looking to start something new and fresh in your business, and whether you're launching a show, a new product, perhaps your book, perhaps you're working on your book and getting ready for that to launch. Maybe it is just relaunching. Okay, like you launched before and now you got to start again or pick up where you left off. Maybe it's you're launching your ministry or relaunching your ministry. How many of those of you are watching right now are in the process of launching or relaunching? So for me, I got my hands up because I'm in the process of launching. And two things that I'm currently in the process of working on, and that is my 5-day launch, online launch. Some of you guys are aware of that, and some of you aren't. So that's what I'm currently working on. In addition to that, I am working on launching a new, exciting new service that I'm providing in the form of either a course or a program called Purpose on Platforms. I'll tell you guys more about that. I'm pretty stoked with that. And something's coming up in the works pretty soon. As soon as I get all the specifics, I'm going to tell you guys about it. But let's just say purpose has a way of taking you to the next level, whether you feel like you're ready or not. What happens is because you've chosen to show up and you've chosen to serve in whatever capacity that you are serving, purpose has a way of knocking on the door and saying, there's more for you to do. There's more for you to become. And so I'm literally on the cusp of doing something exciting. I'll say it like that. So you guys stay tuned about that. Want to touch base with you all in that regard, that when it comes to doing something new, or just even when you're doing something that may not be as new, it has its own set of challenges with it. And often it's not just the mechanicals of what you're trying to do. It's honestly, it's the mindset piece. And more this past year, I have had the mindset to kind of just meet me right in my eyeballs. And what do I mean by that is starting something new or continue something that's already existing, and having the fortitude to continue in it and dealing with the challenges that come with that, the challenge of consistency, the challenge of content, the challenge of processes, the challenge of creating a team, the challenges of life, things that you don't expect. I think we can all say that we did not expect COVID. And even with this being the year that it has been, I mean, if you would have told me 2020 was going to be like this, I would not. Hello, Sarah Rosina. OMG, my goodness. Okay, so a couple of things I have to say is, and I'll go back to my comment in a moment, but I got to give a shout out to Sarah Rosina. She has launched her podcast this past year. And Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong. It is this past year that you launched it or relaunched it. Okay, so I know maybe 2 or 3 years ago, she launched her podcast show. And we're talking about today, Sarah, is launching and relaunching. So this is just a candid conversation on a segment that I do call Conversations with CaSaundra. And today I'm talking about launching and relaunching. And so I'm sharing with people like that you may be in the process of launching something new, or you may be in the process of relaunching. And I know that once you launched a great podcast that I'm super stoked about, and now she's come back and she's relaunched it in July of 2020. And it's all around entertainment. So you got to check her show out. Sarah, do me a super fave and put in the comments section there how people can watch your show. So Sarah has a great eye, all right? A great eye for insight. She just doesn't watch a movie for the sake of watching a movie or watch a show for the sake of watching a show. She actually gets some good stuff out of it and then have these life moments and these life insights. And then she kind of tied with the faith piece. And so I'm just like, Sarah, you're so cold-blooded. Hey, speaking of cold-blooded, we have Cindy Lou Miller in the house from New Zealand. Hello, Cindy. Cindy Lou. Good to see you. And so Cindy Lou, speaking, what we're talking about Cindy Lou right now is launching and relaunching. And so Cindy Lou has a dynamic podcast that's happening right now. And Cindy Lou, hey guys, she's going to say hi. Bam. Sarah Rosina. Bam. Giovanna, she's in the process of preparing to launch. Giovanna is, and I'm really super excited about what she's preparing to launch for. And guess what? My mom's about to walk in my studio. And Mom, do you want to come on the studio here and say hello to the people and try not to embarrass me in the world? Come over here. Hey guys, say hello to my mom. You can have a seat, Mom. Have a seat.
I'm not going to be long.
I know you're going to be long. This is going to be great. I don't know what to expect, y'all. I'm a little nervous because my mom, you are on, isn't this? She's a cutie Mascooty. So this is my mother. Hello. Hello, everybody. They can hear you, but you won't be able to hear them. But it's okay.
How many people are on?
Right now, there appears to be 3. However, I'm believing God that it's going to be like well over 1 million. Okay, well, not 1 million, but there could be well over 1 million to watch this over time. So that really is not like it can't happen.
Well, I wish you luck.
I want luck.
I wish you that you completely have what you're talking about.
Okay, Mom. Where are you going?
I gotta go.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get out these clothes and fix me a bite to eat.
Are you going to fix me something to eat?
This
is my mom's first debut on my television show. Mama, say hello to the people then. Look,
hello.
See, Cindy Lou says, hi, Mama.
Hi, how are you?
So Cindy Lou she's from the States, but she lives in New Zealand, all the way over in New Zealand.
My goodness, that's a long way.
Yes, ma'am. And can you tell, Cindy Lou, can you tell my mama what time it is so that way she knows what the dealio and what day it is there? And then, oh my gosh, look at Giovanna here. She says, hello, beautiful. So she's talking about you, Mama.
Hello, how are you?
And then there is Sarah Rosina, which you met Sarah when we were over at Pastor Pamela's ministry.
How are you?
That's Sarah. And she says, hello, Mother Jala. Yeah. And then, hey, y'all, check out Sarah Rosina's show. She's left a little link here. So make sure you guys check that out. And then I know Cindy Lou, this is my mama. She says, I'm good, loving seeing mama on here. She said it's Saturday at 1 p.m.
Oh.
So now you know you have a white daughter in New Zealand.
Okay.
She's a powerhouse. But she got other white daughters too. But you're the first one for her European, kind of like her European daughter. I don't know. New Zealand's not European, is it? It probably is. Anyway, but Cindy Lou really is black on the inside.
Okay, that's fine. Whether she is or not,
She really
is fine.
It is. It's all good. But she really is. She can sing too.
I don't have no problem with that.
Know. You sure don't, especially with your dad being half white.
All right, you don't have to go tell them people's business.
Okay, all right. I better get off here.
Not my fault.
I don't want to get a whooping.
No, you don't get no whooping. You don't get no whooping. You know that you don't.
Okay, but then look how she's looking at me now. When the lights come, when the camera's off, stuff be happening. And I have to take the blows. No, I'm just joking.
You know what you do. So I tell the truth on the line.
Yes, ma'am.
You all have a wonderful evening.
Okay. You need some help? Or you got this?
Got it.
Okay. So, bye. You made your first debut on the show. I think I'm going to have you scrunch down here a little bit. Just scrunch down. Sit on my lap. Come on, Mama.
Your lap.
Come on, Mama. Mama, look. The people there looking at you.
Okay.
Y'all like my mom's hair? I did it today.
Yeah.
Oh, you took your earrings off.
I sure did, because I'm getting ready to retire.
Okay, you're going to retire for the night, darling?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so Cindy Lou says here, let me see, she says, okay, Saturday. And she says, laughing out loud means she's laughing. A lot of white folk here are of European descent.
Okay.
I am too. She's laughing out loud.
Well, that's great. I have no problem with it. I haven't met anybody in any nationality that I've had a problem with.
You haven't. You sure haven't.
No.
You love everybody, don't you?
I try to.
Mom, I feel like you're a puppet on my lap.
Yeah, I thought you did. Girl, yeah.
Let me see.
See, you.
Mom, I got you. You ready?
No, you haven't got it.
I got you, Mom. I really do have you in real life.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
I got it.
You got it.
Bye-bye. Girl, yeah. Put me on the floor.
I wouldn't. No, Mom, I wouldn't. Okay, so that is my mom. She is the Black Sophia from the Golden Girls.
77.
She's 77. She wants y'all to know that. And she's getting rock 78 here on this December 31st. Ain't that right, Mama?
Yes.
It is. So I'm hoping to get her. Oh, she says, Cindy Lou says, good night, Mama.
Good night, darling.
She said, good night, darling. Mom? Hey, shut the door. You might shut him. You okay? Because you know I'm so today.
You think I would?
Okay, just checking. All right. Hey, y'all, that's my mama. That's my mama. I know you know about that, Sarah and Giovanna. That's my mama, the old talk show. Cindy Lou, you probably remember it too from the 70s. That's my mama talking show, television show. So anyway, y'all. That's my mother. What a treat. That's the first time she has come on the air for the show. I think she's done a live before with me, but I don't think that's the first time she's come on the air with me on the show. So I'm glad that went well. I'm glad I didn't get a whooping. I'm glad she didn't say anything to make me feel crunchy. So it worked out perfectly, and I'm sure she'll be back. But I love my little mama. And so Cindy Lou's laughing, and then she says here, our mamas have the same. You know what? You are so right. Hey, Mama, you have the same birthday as Cindy Lou's mama. We are twins from another mother. Ain't that's exactly from another mother? That is so true. Oh my gosh, the show is a treat for her. I'm sure she's going to want to have her own show after this. I wonder, can I get her on? I wonder if I can talk her in to having her own YouTube channel. I think I can do it though. I think if I have her come on the show every now and again and do like a little special something, I think I might be able to get Mama on the YouTube channel for her own self. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. So let me get back to what I was saying before. And feel free to chime in. Because this is Conversations with CaSaundra. Hey guys, if you're watching this and you're just not coming in, thank you for watching the CaSaundra Doll Show. Every now and again on the show, I will do what I call Conversations with CaSaundra. Nothing scripted, usually something that comes to thought, and just in the middle of encouraging guys to vote your biscuits off, because it's votes in the USA in a couple more days. And then those of you who are still voting early, got my vote in, so I'm glad about that. And Mara, I was talking about launching and relaunching. And so for me, I'm launching and relaunching. I know Sarah, Rosina, Kay, here's a PSA. Cindy Lou and Rosina. Cindy Lou Miller, you gotta have Sarah Rosina on your show. She's entertainmentness, prophetical eyeness, funny as heck, great guest. Sarah Rosina, you gotta have Cindy Lou on your show because Cindy Lou is a bad mama jamma. Super creative, great conversationalist. I mean, can see things from different perspectives and still be open to learn others. Y'all gotta, both of you guys got podcast shows. Yeah, y'all gotta connect. Okay, so hey, that's gonna happen. I'm excited about that. Yeah, just checking. All right, so Sarah, I'm gonna connect you to my girl Cindy Lou. Cindy Lou, I'm gonna connect you to my little sis, Sarah Rosanna. All right, done there. So let's go back to launching, and I can't even get my little conversations off the screen. Okay, so in terms of launching and relaunching, it's really about outside of action is mindset. And so I want to go back to the areas of mindset. So in all transparency, super trans, I was really stoked and excited about, going forward with my launch, and I pushed it back about 90 times. Okay, it's not 90 times, I'm not sure, but at least 4. I feel like 5. I feel like a 5 is coming up, but at least 4 times. Okay, and now it's like October 30th. All right, and so I had some serious trepidationness about putting myself out there-ness, which is what I do with talk show, right? But I had the same thing with the talk show. I put that off for years. And then I started in 2017. I did about 3 episodes and I stopped, and then I didn't do it again until March 31st, 2019. And even in the 2019 piece, I literally went about a few weeks in the month of May, early June-ish, and stopped taping. Not stopped taping on purpose, but basically I was like afraid to go live again, right? And that was just about, for me, content, like what do I need to talk about? It wasn't so much I didn't like the way I sounded or the way I looked. It was about and I couldn't say that I didn't have what I needed, because I came to the conclusion that, hey, I'm going to use what I have. And so I just took something basic, made the best of it with, this backdrop, and then just made the best of it with a light in my bedroom. And that's how I started my show. So I couldn't use equipment as an excuse, right? I need to have this, I need to have that. But what I did have an excuse was around content, about what do people want? What am I going to talk about? What can I make? Is it going to be interesting? Is it going to help me to need? Yada, yada, yada. And the truth of the matter is that when you're starting out, it's great if you have, a plan and all of that, and you can have a plan and you can not have a plan, or you can fly by the seat of your pants, or you can still have a plan and still have moments where you're flying by the seat of your pantsies. But the thing is that for me, it was about consistency, because I really struggled with being consistent. And when you're not consistent, it just reveals, honestly, the lack of stability. And I did not want that to be exposed, right? I did not want to see people to see how instabilitable I was. And yet I was not dealing with the fact that there's a fear around my knowledge, like my content, and I wasn't sure what kind of direction I wanted the show to go into. I knew I wanted to talk about purpose. What people really want, do they want to understand that? Do they want to know that? To me, there's like, this is just CaSaundra. To me, there's a certain remnant or a certain group of people that are honestly serious about knowing what their purpose is and living out that purpose and doing what they feel, they believe just God has put them on the planet to do, with all their gifts, their talent, their abilities, their personality, and all of that jazz. And so what that looks like in terms of being and doing is different for everybody. But would people be drawn to that? Would people be attracted to that? And then there's this other set of people that just, when it comes to purpose, they're just oblivious to it. Or you get ones who are so overwhelmed by it because they don't know how to break it down, or it's too mystical, or it's just overwhelming. They don't even deal with it. And then you just have others who are just like, you know what? I got to know, I got to do it. And that's where the category I find I'm in. And that's the category that I'm living out. So when it came to purpose content, I didn't want to sound like everybody else. And I did not want to be like everyone else. And I was still trying to find my way with that. And I still am, quite frankly, with that. But it's gotten better. And so I know I have something to bring to the table. Then on the other side, there was the faith piece, talking about things that I believe in, for as certain spiritual principles and that are derived from the Bible. I serve Yahweh, Abba, God, Father, and I'm of the Christian persuasion, of the Christian faith. And there's certain things that I believe in from a Hebraic or Jewish perspective, or Hebrew perspective as well. And so what was that going to look like to everybody? And that's just a part of my lifestyle, and that's who I am. And so then there's the lifestyle piece, right? I want to have fun on my show. I want to live a certain type of lifestyle. And I want you to be able to experience that. And how much of that am I willing to share with my viewers, and how much I'm not willing to share with my viewers, because I have some privacy, right? And then there's the piece around entrepreneurship, which is I'm pretty passionate about as well. And bringing that to the table. And then all of it to me is just like great entertainment, and education and edutainment. There is such a word. I forgot who coined that off the top of my head, but there's a thing called edutainment. And I want to be able to educate and entertain. And maybe I should add another one. So then it'd be my word. Edutainment. I'm going to bring spirit in there. Educate, I don't know. Where there's spirit, education, and entertainment. Yeah, there you go. So my point is with that, I went from dealing with all those things of the content and launching, and then, there was a time that I would have really not launched, and that's the true story. I did not launch because I wanted everything to be on point, my branding to be on point. I wanted the set to be on point. I wanted to have the best of the best, and the best of the best cost a lot of best of the best money, and I didn't have the best of the best money to be able to do that. And so I used that as an excuse, self-sabotage, to not move forward. And which, once again, in doing so, not only was I not serving people who were waiting for me, right? People that wanted to, who are what I call destiny clients, people I'm destined to work with, destined to serve, a destiny audience. And from that point on, I began to say, you know what? I'm hurting myself more than I'm helping myself. And when I began to just take those little steps of launching the show and showing up with all kind of freaking flaws to go along with that, there was this sense of vulnerability that I just wasn't accustomed to. And at the same time, I was okay with it, but I found out at points I really wasn't okay with it. And so I have those moments where I struggle around that, of being a little bit more vulnerable with my audience, not that I have to be all the time, because, you know, hey, people got to have some privacy for themselves, right? But at the same time, I didn't feel like I needed to just share everything to everybody all the time, because that's not going to happen. But I will share some things. And you will experience some things. And so what I found myself doing was kind of stopping and starting. Even though I was starting, I stopped. And just recently, what was supposed to be just a short little hiatus became with me working on the launch and trying to get that out, and being detained with just other challenges to go around that, lots of which was mindset. And from there, it was like, man, I haven't done my show. I'm not doing my show consistently. And so you just have to start, and you just have to keep going. And so what am I saying to you right now, for those of you who are experiencing some type of fail to launch, if I can use that as a moment, your failure, it's failing to launch, is that you just regroup and you start where you start, and you start at where you start at. And you can't be concerned about having it all together, having all the pieces together. And yet, hear me clearly, you also need to step your game up. And I'm speaking to myself as I'm talking to you. So trust me, I've had this conversation when the cameras and the lights are not on. And that is, you can do better than this, CaSaundra. You know better, you can do better, and you're going to do better, whether you feel like it or not. And that's where I'm at today. I'm at the place where I'm going to do it whether I feel like it or not. Oh my God, you guys have been doing all these comments, and I was like totally not seeing that. Oh, Giovanna says that's true. Well, Joanna, now you certainly can relate to that, because I know you're in the position where you're going to make some very bold moves right now coming forward. And, you know, as your mentor, you get to see live and in color that I too have my own challenges with discipline, and challenges with consistency, and challenges with vulnerability, and challenges with content, and challenges with excellence, and all that jazz. And still I have to show up. And so today I was like, you know what? I wanted to show up at 6, didn't show up at 6, but I was like, I am going to do my show today, regardless of the time, regardless to how I feel, regardless whether I know what I'm going to talk about today or not. And did I think that everything was going to come out today that I shared today with you guys just now? No, I had no idea. But I will tell you this. It was definitely worth the conversation today. If nothing else, it's been worth the conversation for me to have the conversation with you guys. And hopefully you're having your own internal conversations as well. And so I just wanted to take out the time to encourage you to make sure that you're launching, that you're holding yourself accountable. Everything, and I really do, I believe this, but I'm knowing this by belief. I'm knowing this by experience, that everything is going to open up when you get on the other side of the thing that you're fearing. When I get on the other side of this launch, all right, and when I do the freaking launch, and it happens, and when it's over, and I'm going to be like, oh, CaSaundra, you could have did that like a long time ago. You be on your 3rd or 4th launch now. And that's just been in the last, 4 to 5 months. I could have did at least 2 or 3 more challenges since then. But I also say this, start where you're at, use what you got. My grandmother always said that to me, use what you got. And when you feel like you don't have anything, you do have something. And the one thing that you do have is that you have a voice, and you have something of value to share, and you are a difference, and you make a difference. And so when you show up, whether you feel like it or not, to serve, to honor the gifts that God has given you, and the skill set, and the personality traits, and everything, your identity, and everything that makes you who you are, your experiences, your knowledge, your expertise, your wisdom, everything has value in it. Your failures have value in it. Your celebrations and your successes have value in it. Your oomph, your has value in it. I hope that didn't sound like that one word because that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to say like, like you throw up and like, But I guess it could have sounded like that. And I hope it didn't sound like that. But if it did, y'all know I don't get down like that know me personally. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. I didn't say a naughty word. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm going to scurry my biscuits off to the next thing because I do have a conference that I need to attend online that is going to change the trajectory of my spiritual life. And I do not want to miss that. So thank you guys for watching. Do me a super favor and make sure you share this here broadcast because there's two things that they'll get to share. Let's get to see one of them. They get to see my mama. She's so cute. And then Amara, they get to see and hear a little bit about the things that I'm sharing with you guys today that I am even quite pleased that I shared this, not knowing what I was going to share, but it needed to come out and it needed to come up. And I'm sure that it's been a blessing to you all as well. So with that being said, I'm going to see you guys next week, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Thanks again for being a part of this audience and watching the CaSaundra Jolliffe Show. As always, have significant purpose, your purpose. I'll see you guys next week.